Hi, everybody. I'm Shannon. I am one of the member service representatives at the Wayton Community Center, and I am coming to you today to talk to you about a different, maybe, aspect of wellness for you. Maybe not, and if you're new, that's great, and if not, that's even better. But we're going to talk today about crystals and what they can do to help you stay well. I'm going to flip the camera and show you where I keep my crystal collection. Sorry about that light. It probably looks maybe a little bit empty right now. That's because I just took a bunch of my pieces off of the shelves to share with you and talk a little bit about some of the favorite pieces that I have and what they can do for you. These are some of the other pieces that I have. All right, swing back around, bear with me because I've never done this before. All right, so I'm a science teacher as well. So being a science teacher, I teach about rocks and minerals in the scientific sense. So when I bring something to school, maybe like this big fella here, which is a piece of quartz that I can't say I mined myself, but I dug up out of the ground locally in Rhode Island. When I bring something, a piece like this, to school, we talk strictly on the level of minerals and how minerals together will form different types of rocks. We talk about the Mohs scale, luster, the formation of the crystals and how crystals will form rocks. At home, however, I take a very different look at crystals. I have them all over my house, and I use them for a different reason. In terms of Crystology, which is the study of crystals, please know that I am no expert. I would love to be one day and study it. But what I know, I just know from books and doing research. The study of crystals is the belief that crystals can provide healing on a metaphysical, spiritual, and sometimes even physical level. What's important to know, however, is that crystals and my video are for informational purposes only and not meant to replace the opinion of any type of medical professional. So back to healing benefits. Crystal healing and benefits dates back to ancient times. In ancient times, crystals were believed to hold sacred meanings and ward off illness and protect from negative spirits. Crystals today are, used in meditation, psychic readings, Reiki. They're used to align the chakras and in actual crystal healing. So you may be asking yourself, how does it all work? So crystals are found in nature. And crystals have vibrational patterns that come from their molecular composition. All things are made of matter, right? And down to the molecular level, even something that is technically a solid, made up of atoms, those atoms vibrate. And the atoms inside crystals vibrate as well. And it's from this vibrational activity and the energies that they collect from the earth, the moon, and the sun, they can uplift our mood. They can improve our health, mind, body, and spirit. Many people utilize certain crystals to promote the health or unblocking of certain chakras. For you, those of you not familiar with chakras, that's a whole nother lesson in and of itself. But chakras are energy centers that align along your spine. Each is associated with a different color. And more often than not, stones or crystals of that particular color can work to heal a particular chakra. Some stones or crystals can align all chakras, which we will talk about momentarily. So I guess a little bit about how I got into learning about crystals and utilizing them and how I utilize them in my home. I fell in love with my first piece of amethyst when I was in 6th grade. Still have it. And it is my absolute favorite crystal. Just something about it draws it to me. It's purple. I love purple. And when I started practicing yoga, the yoga studio that I go to is very holistic, and they have crystals in lots of different locations. So I kind of started getting into that to enhance my spiritual aspect of my yoga practice. And it's taken off from there. How I use them. I have them everywhere in the house. Even to the point where they're in the cupboards with the dishes. But I, to stay well, meditate every day. And I use my crystals to assist in my meditation. I select a stone based on how I feel, or intuitively, I will just grab a stone. I believe that when I pick something, it's going to speak to what I need emotionally or spiritually to, kind of help the trouble or the thing I want to focus on about myself that day. And if I have a stone that I'm thinking I need and it's something bigger, what I do is I typically will sit in front of my Buddha and my Ganesha, and instead of holding the stone, if it's something larger, say my bloodstone, for example, I will simply place this next to the Buddha and begin my meditation. I wear my crystals. I wear them everywhere. I will flip the camera again. Yes. Oh, and here's my little setup for everybody. But here I have necklaces galore. I have some blue opal, tiger's eye, which is one of my absolute favorites, some rose quartz, another dragon bloodstone. This is a Shiva shell, smoky quartz angel, and over here I have my mala bracelets. This is probably my favorite. This is a Dalmatian worry stone and it's really good for what we're going through right now for stress and anxiety. And it's just beautiful. I love it. I wear just hunks of raw crystals. on a chain. And I also, my little Buddha here, those are all my malas. I wear these, typically wear one every single day. So I always have them on me. I also keep my crystals, and I'm switching, there we go, in my pockets. If I know I'm going to have a certain type of day, I keep that crystal near me. I may put it in my pocket, put it on my desk at work, put it on my dining room table now is my desk. But I always have them here with me. And your crystals can come in so many different types. They're polished, they're unpolished or raw. They can be carved into different shapes. I'm partial to flames, towers, obelisks. And I'll share some of those with you momentarily. Another thing that I do, I am relatively new to. I practice crystal gridding. Grids are an arrangement of crystals that are designed with an intention that you set to manifest a desired outcome. And so I'm going to show you one that I just made. And this is my little altar area. Sorry about the bright light. I have, here, I'll shut this off, a rose quartz lamp, and a selenite lamp up there. This is my sacred space where I will typically keep some sort of stone or crystal or build my crystal grid. This crystal grid is designed specifically for developing my intuition. I have in the center an amethyst point, and the center of your grids are always going to be points to channel your energy. I have, followed by angelite tumblestones, which are, just like the name, designed to help you connect to your spirit guides and angels. Lapis here on the next sort of outer layer, which is known to help you open your third eye chakra and better connect with your intuition. And then the fourth and outermost layer here, I have a crystal, clear quartz, that is known to magnify the power and the strength of other crystals. It may look haphazard. Crystal grids can be, but this is done in a seed of life shape, following sacred geometry patterns, which, again, that's a whole nother tutorial. So what we're going to talk about now, as I get myself settled back in, I'm going to talk to you and show you some of my favorites. Crystals that speak to me, so I have more of them. Keep in mind, I can't tell you everything that every crystal does because there's so much. But I will refer you to some books that I find very helpful, as well as some internet resources. So what I'm going to do, flip the camera again, and hopefully this cooperates. Perfect. All right, so I'm going to start with what I told you, my absolute favorite is amethyst. Love amethyst. This is my favorite piece. I have an amethyst. This is kind of like a little cathedral. I've got some free forms and a chevron amethyst merkaba. Amethyst is a great stone to start with. It is great for calming stress and anxiety, which is, something I think a lot of us are experiencing right now in our lives. with the COVID virus. It's also a very powerful protection stone. It is known to be grounding. It's also known as a stone of sobriety. It stimulates your third eye chakra to help you better connect to your intuition. Another one of my favorites, carnelian. This is this orange stone here. I have an egg. This is another one of my favorites. Carnelian is a great crystal if you want to manifest creativity. It's inspirational. It can ground you in reality. It can be really motivational and can produce positivity. Put that, there we go. Another one of my favorites, the bloodstone that I showed you earlier. Bloodstone is a stone of courage. Blocks negative influences. It encourages flexibility and selflessness. This is one of my favorites. Part of this is raw and unpolished, and the front is polished. I just think it's so beautiful. Another friend in the green family, I've got a few pieces here of malachite. Malachite is a very powerful grounding stone. It protects from negative energies and negative influences. And it's said to help draw out deep feelings to help you break emotional patterns. I like this one. I feel like it looks like a foot. I have another green stone listed here. And where did it? Oh, it's right there. It's right in front of us. This, one of my favorites. This is moldavite. Moldavite is very rare. It comes from, one location in the Czech Republic. It is a form of tektite. It formed when a meteorite hit the earth. It is a very powerful stone. It's high in vibrational patterns. It aligns all of the chakras, specifically resonates highly with the crown chakra to allow you to open up your psychic abilities, accelerate your spiritual and emotional growth. I just love this. It's a very expensive stone. Typically, it can range anywhere from $15, $20 a gram. There's that. Another stone for psychic enhancement, labradorite. Labradorite is a stone that I just love. You just look at it and you're not sure, but oh wait, look at that. It has this beautiful flash to it when light hits it the right way. And you always have to kind of play around with it. But labradorite is, again, said to enhance your third eye chakra. It enhances psychic ability. And I just love it. It's just so neat to look at. And then this side of this piece is rough, but you still have that amazing flash of color that goes throughout it. Then there's this piece. I think this is my favorite. Next, next up, that's okay. We have some quartz. I have the piece out that I got from Diamond Hill in Rhode Island. This was part of a much, much larger piece that we actually had to break to get home. But then this is another, I'm not sure if that's focusing right. Another piece that I have. And quartz, if you want to get into crystals, quartz is the ultimate crystal for you to have. It is the master and all-powerful healer. It amplifies the energy of other crystals, and I also have it in a smoky quartz variety. And if you are looking if you can see that rainbow there, sort of in the middle, such a thing of beauty. When you see a rainbow, it's actually an impurity in the crystal itself, but people seek them. This is also a smoky double terminated point. And last but not least is ocean jasper. Sorry. I have a large flame here. So obviously this has been carved. I just feel such a sense of grounding when I have my ocean jasper out. And it's really soothing. It really resonates with the complexity of the earth. It can be really calming and help you find joy by connecting to your heart chakra. Here's another piece. So those are my favorites. I'm even so into my crystals. I drink my water out of a crystal water bottle. In terms of caring for your crystals, I sage mine pretty much daily to clear them of negative energies. You can put them out in the sunlight to recharge them. The moonlight cleanses them. You can bury them in the dirt even. Oh, I forgot one. Tiger's eye. I forgot one. This is another one of my favorites. My tiger's eye. This is wonderful for luck and strength. So, this is a lot of information. How can you learn more about crystals? If you're into them, you must have these books. The Crystal Bible series by Judy Hall are absolute musts. Another series that is amazing is Crystals for Beginners and Crystals for Healing, both by Karen Fraser, easily found on Amazon. In terms of online resources, there's so many. It's great to invest in something like a book and then kind of branch off and learn more on different websites about the healing properties of crystals. Energy Muse is a great site that I use very frequently, as well as the Sage Goddess. And in terms of buying them, if that's something you're interested in, mineral and gem shows in our areas, there are so many. Maine, New Hampshire, they usually have one on the same weekend. And there are so many that happen in Massachusetts and Connecticut. Were great places to go and purchase crystals from people that have actually mined them. Really great resources. There's a bunch of places that you can get different crystals, different metaphysical shops in the area. I am a huge fan of Pelham Grayson in Connecticut, as well as Village Silversmith here in Massachusetts. And then I get a lot of mine off of Instagram. Believe it or not, I have some really reputable crystal dealers that I purchase from out of New York, Mineral Mansion and Crystal of Quartz. Washington, there's Ancient Mountain Treasures, and a lovely woman in California, Crystal of Quartz. There's so many. So I really hope that this inspired you, maybe interested you. Crystals are beautiful. They're beautiful to look at, but they can help with so much more. And if you aren't into crystals and you decide to kind of explore the world of them, next time you're in the community center, stop by when we're there, and I would love to talk to you about it. I hope everybody's staying safe, being well. Remember, stay home, and we hope to see you soon. Alrighty.